Hey guys, Sid here. Welcome to this Hall of Fame interview, and I'm here with Harvi Shah. So Harvi is someone that I met quite some time back at the Game Changers Festival, and at that point of time, I don't think she was much on the digital space. She's based out of Mumbai, and interesting thing is she is a fashion business coach, and she runs a community called the Fashionpreneur Warriors. And after trying and testing different models in the last 2 months, Harvey's been able to achieve 6.5 lakhs and made her way into the Hall of Fame. And now she's helping a lot of people in the launch their fashion business online. So Harvey, congratulations. It's a very unique niche and great to have you in the Hall of Fame.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. Thank you so much for having me here. It's been a great journey since the time I have met you and until this breakthrough. But it's
Mm.
amazing, and I'm looking forward to this
You're
conversation.
welcome. You're welcome. So 2020, we met for the first time at the Game Changers Festival. I think that time you were still running the traditional business, right? At that point. So
Right.
tell us about that phase. What made you get into this world of digital coaching and stuff like that?
Okay. So I go back even in 2019, wherein I
Hmm.
first heard you at the Business Growth Summit here in Mumbai
Okay.
at
Hmm.
Success Young. And you spoke about this model, and I just could not relate with it. I'm
Hmm.
like digital coaching. I was there to know how can I grow my fashion business brand, which is Bling Bag Online. So I just
Yes.
couldn't connect with it. And 2020, so then I got into Rajiv Talreja's community,
Hmm.
and I have completely surrendered to whatever
Hmm.
he has told, and my business Bling Bag has grown to another level. But one
Nice.
of the strategies he said is do education marketing, and
Hmm.
that's where he asked me to come to Game Changers Festival,
Hmm.
and there I heard you again,
Hmm.
and everything made sense because I knew. So I am running a fashion business brand online,
Hmm.
but then I realized that a lot of people need this knowledge. I started with a lot of setbacks and trial and error, and maybe I have that journey of how to start a business and scale it online for
Hmm.
women around. So I thought, okay, let me get into Siddharth's community because
Hmm.
that's how I will be able to become a digital coach.
Hmm.
So purely, I had no intention, Siddharth, to become a digital coach. But beautifully, you have just given me this whole system, and then I got into your community back in February 2020.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, it's been just following what you were saying, and I tried different models. So that is how
Hmm.
I kind of joined the first level of yours.
Awesome, awesome. That's great to know because just like you, there are many people in the community who never thought they could be a coach. Traditional business, like you've been running your Bling Bag for how many years now? How
Six
long has that brand been running?
6 years now. Yeah.
6 years. And so the interesting thing is a lot of people they come into this tribe and then they discover that. So I want to know what all did you discover about yourself, because now you've been in the community for over a year, but in the last 2 months you saw the momentum. So
Right.
what all trial and errors did you have to go through before cracking the code?
Right. So when I just started off,
Hmm.
I thought I really could not crack the niche. So I
Yeah.
started off saying, okay, let me help women. I was very clear I want to help women. That was one thing very.
Hmm.
And then I said, okay, I'll help them start their e-commerce business.
Hmm.
So I joined in February. I was a
Hmm.
freedom finisher in April. So in
Okay.
2 months, I had my video recordings and courses, everything set up.
Hmm.
And I started doing webinars, but
Okay.
I did not have any sales. So I
Okay.
thought maybe my overall messaging was not reaching out to women because when they came in the webinars,
Hmm.
they were not even sure if they want to start off with an e-commerce business or not.
Hmm.
Right? So I just said like a product online business, but nobody could connect. So
Hmm.
then I went back to the drawing board saying, okay, let me help women start off any business. So I
Okay.
was going narrow. I
Hmm.
went like one step,
Wide. Hmm.
wide. And then I said, but that actually helped me personally because when I went wide,
Hmm.
I just got to interact with a lot of women in the webinar and
Hmm.
understand what kind of people I'm able to attract. So I
Yes.
knew I cannot help somebody become a coach or I
Hmm.
cannot help them set up like a legal business. I got a lot of women saying, you want to become like a lawyer, can you help, etc. Like how to set those businesses. But I
Hmm.
knew what kind of people are coming to the webinar, and then I understood that they all want to start a fashion business because
Yes.
of my background of having a jewelry brand owner. People
Hmm.
were coming, they were asking me questions about apparel brands and jewelry brand and how to set up a home decor brand. That's where it was a bulb on moment saying,
Hmm.
okay, maybe e-commerce business just by the name was not very attractive for people. But when I
Yeah.
say fashion e-commerce or fashion brand online, that's when people will connect. So I
Mm,
did some two live sessions, like two. I did not then go back and record my videos again because I
mm,
wanted to now test out this market. So I did one or two, weekend live sessions wherein I
mm.
sold the entire program that I would then digitize and make it into a product.
Yeah.
I got a lot of good feedback from that. So that actually helped in order
Mm,
to build my curriculum. And then in January, I recorded my Fashionpreneur business
mm,
blueprint. So gave up on that e-commerce, gave up on that high level idea,
mm,
went niche into Fashionpreneur, and
mm,
that's the code that has been cracked now. Now I understand that what kind
mm.
of audience I am bringing in, and they are getting value what they are looking for to start off their business.
Amazing, amazing, Harvey. Great to know. And all of you here watching, just if you observe the pattern, see, you don't have to go through that 9 month journey Harvey went through. No, what worked for you, Harvey, is one is you picked a niche that was congruent with you and your background, and two is you went narrow. I mean, you actually went when I always say that the riches are in the micro niches. The more micro you go, the better. But of course, for you, you went wide, and that going wide helped you understand and validate this micro niche.
Right.
But the beauty is I think you just implemented the formula,
But
same.
Siddharth, I have to share this with you.
Please. Yeah.
I took these 9 months, and that's the price I paid for not listening to you at the first time. When we met in Game Changers Festival,
Yeah.
after you come off the stage, there would be people around asking you questions. I was one of them.
Mm,
Asked you, I run a fashion jewelry brand. Can I become a digital coach?
mm,
And in just 2 seconds, because of your experience and working with thousands of coaches, you just told me, oh, yes, Harvey, you can help women start their lifestyle brand. Now,
mm,
maybe that lifestyle word did not resonate. I
mm,
just replaced that with fashion. And I'm like, oh my God, circles after circles. And then I go back to that one statement which you told me, and here I am. But I think
mm,
I learned it, and through these 9 months, yes, it was a mistake to go very wide and
mm.
not listening to you at the first place. But then I had my own learnings, which are helping me.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Harvey. You know what? I went through that same journey, but I wasted 3 years. Okay. Until one day I decided, okay, Vic, if you tell me to stand on one leg and send an email, I'll just do that. That's where I saw the result. Because even before that, I knew about him. I was watching his videos. Yeah, I know this concept. I was watching like 4 or 5 different people. And it was not moving. The business was not moving. And I was getting lost in, one thing to the next. Like so many shiny objects are there.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
glad that you had that realization. And sometimes when you get the realization after going through a detour, it hits you even harder, and then you'll start to grow. And that's what happened to me also. Yeah.
I think now for me, it's like, if you tell me to wake up and start typing email at any hour, do this, do that. It has been such a great learning that whatever Siddharth tells, close your eyes and follow. So that
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I'm able to continue to guide in the right direction. Yeah. So next thing is, next question is like in that phase of you building your business, doing the discovery, compared to the knowledge and the skills that you had gained before, what new things did you learn after coming into this community? I'm talking about not just concepts, but even skill sets. What
yes.
did you learn here?
So one, I have never sold in my life, and
Mm,
sales was something I was always worried and afraid of. And so just to go back into my background, I'm an
yeah.
IT graduate,
Mm,
and I worked with Wipro Cognizant for 10 years before I started my
nice.
fashion
Mm,
brand. So it's been always, IT, sitting behind the computer. I was a business consultant, so I would go on site, talk to people, but then IT is not really sales. You don't have to sell
mm,
anything. It's all service based.
yes.
And my husband is a hardcore, sales profile,
Mm,
and he always told me you can never do sales, etc.
mm,
We always had this, and I could actually do sales, and the way you have explained everything in the webinar selling formula, it just doesn't come out as you are selling, but then the end result is, yes, you are selling your knowledge,
mm,
yourself. And that has been a biggest skill set that I discovered, that I could, like, influence people and then really show them a path,
mm,
and of course earn money. So that is sales.
yeah.
Another thing, I had never done a video before coming into your community. So never.
Okay.
So
Mm,
even for my fashion brand, I don't like model for my jewelry because
Mm,
I have a team and people who would do the modeling part. So I
mm,
was still like running the show as a business owner and not out there in front
mm,
of the camera. And I think in hackathon, when you took us through the 21-day challenge of building your influence, and
mm,
so I discovered about myself that I can speak in front of the camera, and
mm,
I had never done that before, and I can create an influence.
mm,
Whenever small little people come and talk to me, they understand me, and I'm able to like through the lens able to
mm.
influence them. So
On that, I want to ask you a question. I mean, pertaining to the challenge. So, first things, did you follow through on all the challenge days that I gave you?
yes,
And what kind of initial feedback were you getting from people? Like, it was probably maybe you never got that kind of response. You want to
exactly.
share? Yeah.
Yes, so those 21 days, honestly, some few days here and there got missed out because it
Mm,
was in the COVID times. But that first
mm.
story that I had put out, the
Okay.
first video, there were people in my family who did not know my story. They came back and they showed me strength and they showed me, they really supported, saying it takes guts to share your story. And there was so much of connection. People
Mm,
from my engineering college and, from my MBA and my colleagues, they came back.
mm,
There was so much more respect that I got from them because they never knew my journey, how I even came to that engineering
mm,
college or my, various milestones. And then when I did my first video, again, there were so many encouraging. I did it around, how can you like more around women issues
mm.
in COVID and so on, which is
Yes.
not really related to that, but I just wanted to like kind of get started.
Mm,
And there were women who were connecting with, so I got a lot of confidence and I realized that it was just my maybe internal voice telling me, oh,
mm,
I need to look good, or maybe I'm not that great at speaking. But it was
mm,
just connection. Like you just had to speak, and
mm,
the world gave you feedback in such a beautiful way that you could get through your journey quicker.
mm.
So I did
Awesome.
implement everything. Like I'm a real freedom finisher.
That's great to know. So one is sales was a new skill. Getting on video and getting out of your skin and doing this was a new experience for you. What else did you have to?
Then I realized I can teach. I
Mm,
realized I used to, and then when I went back to my memories, I always did this in my engineering school, like 10,
is
15
it? Mm,
senior women hostel would come and sit and I would teach them, all engineering subjects. I was good at that.
mm,
And I realized through your overall, program, I understood that I could become a teacher, a trainer, a coach. I have
mm,
that in me, which was
mm,
totally not explored. Like literally, you just gave me a different life, Siddharth. You literally
mm.
gave me a different life. And
Thank you.
it's a
And
new
I'm glad also to know. So you're a teacher and you're a businesswoman, both, right? That's the beauty about it. Your other business also is running, right?
yes,
So
yes.
you're not missing out
And
on that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it is helping because that's my baby now to experiment on
Mm,
Bling Back, and
mm,
whatever strategies work and so on, I bring it back to the community. So it has so beautifully blended both the things that I do. It's
mm.
not that I whatever I'm working on Bling Back will not be helpful for fashionpreneurs. So
Mm.
it's amazing blending.
Yeah, because this audience will be interested in the products, and the products they will look at you as an authority now in the space.
Yes.
So it helps both ways. So even if you're an entrepreneur watching this, you may think, okay, I just run a traditional business. I don't think I can teach. Here's an example of how Harvey's been able to blend both and added a layer of education before bringing it you know to the products that you have, or maybe complement both the areas. Awesome. So this has been the journey. So tell us about the marketing side. Like when was the first time you saw the people buying your products? What was that feeling like? And was that like 2 months ago when you saw, when you felt that okay, this thing is working now? Tell us about that day, the first webinar.
Yes. So for the 9 months when I was just discovering, there were people who would buy one, two. So as I said, I sold 2 live sessions over the weekend.
Mm,
So there were 5, 7 people each weekend,
mm,
which I did in August and in September last year.
yeah.
So I wouldn't call that as people buying because I knew that was just like hitting as Suren says it very beautiful. In India, you just hit here and there. There will be some customers. So I was in that space. But in from January, February, when I actually started this entire marketing of Fashionpreneur business blueprint,
Mm,
that's when I started seeing that people are relating. So I do
yes.
Instagram Instagram for Bling Bag has been a very core
Mm.
platform. So I'm using, and my audience is on Instagram who
Mm.
would want to start their fashion business. So I keep on doing Instagram posts and stories on Fashionpreneur. And then
Nice.
I started seeing people are connecting. There are people who are organically coming to the webinar.
Mm.
And plus, I also do paid marketing. So that's
Mm.
the marketing side of it where I run Facebook and Instagram ads.
Mm.
And then my first webinar in Fashionpreneur gave me 8 sales.
Mm.
So right from that, do 5, 6 webinars and you get one conversion. When I
Mm.
was discovering, this was like, okay, 8, 10, 12. So this is the
Mm.
time when I started realizing that, okay, people are connecting. How many are
Mm.
buying is separate, but the drop off rates went down.
Mm.
People are staying through. Even when I'm done with the webinar, there are some 20, 30 people still around, and I'm like, what more do I say? They still want to hear, and maybe they're not buying, but they're there to
Mm.
kind of just listen through. So that's the
Mm.
time when I started, like 2 months back. I think I've done 10 webinars.
Mm.
And average conversion, as in average, there have been 10 sales
10
throughout.
sales. Awesome. So you've reached now 110 paid students. At what price point do they come in at the first level?
5,000. So I never
At 5.
started with any lower
Mm.
price point because full conviction in the value that I'm giving.
Yeah. Mm.
So 5,000 is the price point.
Superb. Superb. And do you have a level 2 after this? Do you take them through
Yes.
that? Mm.
Again, thank you for pushing me to have my level 2 with the in the diamond membership at the hot seat.
Mm.
This is where I asked you saying how to scale. And the
Mm.
first question you asked was, do you have level 2? And I'm like, no. So I
Mm.
do have a level 2 now. I'm working on that. And I've
Nice.
sold 10 level 2s. So I did a webinar within the community.
Superb. Mm.
So
10,000 or 20,000? What's the price
that's
point?
the 15,000 introductory price.
Great.
Then the next one will be at 20,000. So very,
20,000.
yeah.
Mm.
So I do have a level 2, and 10 people bought that.
Mm.
So yeah, this has been the funnel so far.
Superb. So you're doing one webinar a week now? That's your average?
No, I do 2 webinars a week.
Nice. Mm.
But for the past 2 months, because I wanted to, I am working out on a sweet time slot for women
Mm.
where the show up would be more. So I did
Yeah.
like around 3 webinars in a week, kind of, just to
Mm.
try out different
Mm.
time slots and days and seeing what best would work.
Mm.
Yeah,
Nice.
two
Nice.
a week. Yeah.
And now that you got 110 students now, last 2 months, how has it changed you as a person? Because now that you're now no more just a business owner, now you're nurturing the community, you're probably doing your inner circle calls. Tell me, how has that helped you?
So I feel very responsible now, Siddharth.
Mm.
Initially, whatever I used to do, or the decisions I used to take was only for bling back. Say, for example, a marketing strategy.
Mm.
Even if I don't do it properly, or if it fails, it's just bling back who is going to, like, kind of see the downside. But
Mm.
now when I'm doing my research, or when I'm speaking, or even when I'm sharing examples of bling bag, I feel so responsible that this is what I'm going to share and people are going to implement, because then there are people who like blindly follow.
Mm.
And I feel that because they have put that trust in me, I have
Mm.
to help them to, give the right strategies. And so my Wednesday calls have been amazing, as in the inner circle
Mm.
calls have been amazing with the community. I learn
Mm.
a lot because
Yeah.
I know I have to deliver. So it
Mm.
has made me as a learner, and I never learned so much for Bling Bag when I was just running the brand. But
Mm.
now I keep on, experimenting, keep on learning, keep on knowing more about the trends, how to do this, that.
Mm.
So that has really helped me to grow as a person, so that I
Mm.
can serve my community better.
Fantastic, fantastic. Great to know. I think this can also help your bling back because of the research you're doing for your students. I mean, you'll have
Exactly.
come up with a lot of new ideas for your own product line. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Great to know.
Correct.
And on a personal side, how has it impacted you now that you're getting revenues? Now maybe your husband is seeing you becoming awesome at sales, and family side, what has changed?
So I'll tell you, my husband, as I said, he's into sales. He was at a senior position in real estate.
Mm.
And because of COVID mass layoff, he lost his
Mm.
job. And so last year, June, he lost his job. And I was doing okay in
Mm.
playing back. Before Rajiv getting into his community, I was not doing that great. But after
Mm.
that, I was doing good, and I wanted to reinvest profit
Mm.
back in the business.
Yes.
But then when Vipin lost his job, it was like a big, that one night we were like really shivering what next, because he was
Mm.
taking care of our family, of his parents.
Mm.
And that's the time when I had your model. And
Mm.
that helped me to bounce back. I'm like, you
Mm.
know what? Maybe just join Bling Back. And
Mm.
I, anyways, need somebody who can take care of that business.
Mm.
So let's not find a job for you.
Mm.
And you just join Bling Back. And maybe now I have the time to run full blown in my digital coaching and still be there, helping you with strategies and so on.
Mm.
On a personal side, Siddharth, whatever you gave, I mean, I'm sure you would feel this, but you cannot to the level I can, that you have given me one more career, and you have given a platform for my husband to like kind of survive in such times.
Mm.
Because of your community, I think we, not just me and my husband, but
Mm.
my family, his family, we did
Mm.
not have to go back to our parents saying, you know what, we lost the job and we'll not be able to give you money every month
Mm.
for your monthly expenses. For them, there is no impact. And that's because you have given me one more stream of income and this self belief that I can
Mm.
really help other women, because I know so many other women would have had, family members lost their job, and
Mm.
it's even more important now for women to step up, and
Mm.
kind of take care of the financial needs as well of the family.
Absolutely.
So I
Mm.
think personally for me, for my finances, this has been like truly a blessing, and
Mm.
I'm so happy that universe has chosen me to kind of help other women also,
Mm.
better that financial life.
Amazing,
So
amazing,
thank you
Harvey. I
so
mean,
much.
this is
Thank
really,
you, sir.
really for me, it is inspiring to hear this part of it. Okay, yes, making money that,
Exactly.
5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, okay, that's fine. But the way that the family is coming together and you're able to support each other, husband supporting you on that business, and you don't really need to go out. This is what I look forward to. This makes my day. Thank you so much for sharing. Really means a lot.
Yeah, my husband keeps telling me that, if both of us would have been in Blingback, then,
Mm.
your way, my way, thanks to Siddharth, that you are now off Blingback so that I can run this my way. So
Mm.
thank you so
Nice.
much.
Nice, nice. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Superb. So, uh, the last question that I have for you is, what's your vision now? Now that you've, got a little bit, you've got the taste of digital coaching. You have 100 students right now. What is your vision for the next 1 year to 3 years for the coaching side of the business? What have you planned for yourself? Where do you see things going?
So, yeah, so as I said, I help women start and scale their fashion business. So I want to help more and more women so that they can start their fashion business.
Mm.
And then see, I mean, the vision that I have is at the end, I want a platform where
Mm.
only women, which is women specific fashion brands,
Mm.
wherein they are selling, they are collaborating, they are selling their own niche here.
Mm.
Because again, a lot of women used to go very broad when it comes to selling fashion. They would sell
Mm.
jewelry and apparels and so on.
Mm.
So help women create that specialized niche fashion brand, and then
Mm.
have a marketplace where all of us collaborate, and then we are able to give something
Mm.
which is more women led, women centric back in India,
Amazing.
where people come to buy.
Nice. So even within fashion, there are so many sub niches, huh? Like
Yes,
lots. Yeah.
yeah.
So just fashion is not a niche. All of you here watching, within fashion, there's so many niches. Yeah. I can relate to this because even in music, I'm a musician. So under that, there's like hundreds of subtopics. You look just at electronic music, there are at least some 200, 300 sub niches. I mean,
Yes.
that's why I say the riches are in the niches. And I'm so glad that now you have the vision to now build a platform to bring women together so you can help them find their niche in the fashion business and then collaborate into the future. Amazing. I'm pretty sure you're going to achieve that vision. So all of you here watching, if you resonate with Harvi's story, you want to know more about what she does, attend her next webinar, which is going to be coming up in my YouTube channel description. There's a link. Click on that link and go and check out her website and what she does. And if you would like to be a part of this community, the Internet Lifestyle Hub, you can go to sidz.co, sidz.co/join and get started into the bandwagon, because we are over 11,000 members at this point from all walks of life who are building their knowledge business, even if they don't have any experience in this, and it's making a difference in their lives, like in the case of Harvey. Harvey, this question is more to do with the diamond membership. So how has the diamond membership impacted you personally, as compared to you might have started with silver and diamond? What's the difference that you have noticed after taking that step?
Right. So silver and gold helped me, Siddharth, to set my systems and become a freedom finisher. But
Mm,
I realized I diamond membership is where I started taking action. I took it more
mm,
seriously. Why? Because I know there is a hot seat, or even if there is, if I'm not there on the hot seat when you are talking to other people, there is so much of congruence, and I'm like, okay, this is what I can implement. This is what I can
mm,
implement. Like in those 1.5, 2 hours, in every call, I have taken down 10 different strategies. Of course, I will not
mm,
implement all of them, but there are
mm,
so many ideas. I was flooded with ideas, and that one hot seat wherein you
mm,
told me have your level two, or this is what your niche could be, that has
mm,
completely changed. So,
mm,
for me, that that just one conversation with you or that one idea from the diamond membership has changed the entire game that I was playing and discovering myself and so on.
mm.
And I have to tell you this that Monday mornings were never so enthusiastic for me. But now I wake up with that thought that, oh, this is going to be like,
Mm.
a diamond call with Siddharth and the community, and there is amazing
Mm.
learning. So thank you so much for
Thank
giving
you,
us
Harvey.
us so much, so much value and directions which we
Mm.
couldn't figure out by ourselves.
Mm. Thank you, Harvey. And even for me, I look forward to starting the week with that call because even not just for you and other members, but I also need this. I need that, driving point to to start my week, to set the tone for the rest of the week. So thank you for sharing that. This question I like to ask at the end of all the Hall of Fame interviews, the one success principle. So if you have to break down all your learnings, all the time you have spent in personal development for so many years into one principle that you live by and you'll continue to live by for the rest of your life, what is the one thing that you want to share?
Surrender to your mentors. I think I've learned this, and I always tell this to my family as well as I write this every morning.
Hmm.
I feel I'm an ambitious football, but who wants to get to that goal? But
Hmm.
I just leave it to the universe that my mentors would kick me in the right direction. I will just go. So
Hmm.
Rajiv at one point told me join the community. I just joined. Then he
Hmm.
said come to the game changers. I went. I
Hmm.
completely surrendered. Then you said build the system.
Hmm.
Then you said do this niche. As and when I surrender more and more, now I'm joining Blair Singer's gold certification page,
Yes. Hmm.
the steps that you show us, and then probably go to Wig because you will bring
Hmm.
both the worlds of e-commerce and digital coaching for me.
Yes.
So I just want to like find a mentor
Hmm.
whom you can trust for the rest of your life and just follow that one, two people, follow their footsteps. Don't question the intentions what your mentors have for you. That,
Hmm.
oh, is it because he will make money, she will make money, but just surrender. I think this has purely helped me, Siddharth. Money making,
Hmm.
that is all secondary.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
surrendering so that I can become a better version of myself.
Hmm.
Help me. So thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing. And even for me, it is the same thing. So I found my voice with Blair Singer. I found the system with Vic, and I found my focus with Sam Owens. Like with these three integrating, they kicked me around, like you said, in whichever direction that I had to go, and that got me to what I am right now. So I think good. Rajiv gave you the first kick, and then I probably
Yes,
give you the second kick, and now Blair is going to give you the final,
right.
kick into the goal,
All
and Vic
coming
is,
together.
yeah, it's all coming together. Thank you, Harvey, for sharing. Great, interview. I wish you all the best. Looking forward to interviewing you again in the Crore Club. Once you achieve that, you'll do it very fast. I can already feel that. And yeah, keep inspiring women because what you're doing now, yes, it's going to benefit you, but the ripple effect it's going to have on other women and their families is something which you cannot measure. And I think if you just think about that, you'll wake up every day, just you just do your part. The
Yes,
bumblebee, just do
yes,
your work.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Harvey. Wish you all the best.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Siddharth. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.